So what do you get if you combine the versatility of a people mover, the practicality of a load-lugging van, and the plush feel of an executive jet? This, the Mercedes-Benz V-Class.
From the outside, the V-Class bears more than a passing resemblance to a van, albeit a very stylish one with its sweeping lines and handsome grille. And that's because once you strip away the plush trim and those twinkling daytime running lights, you'll find that it's based on the humble Mercedes Vito van.
And that means you get lots of space and 7 seats. Spend a little more on this, the extra long version, and you get 8 seats. Although rather confusingly, this one has had one of the seats taken out to make way for a table. Now, as a builder's daughter, I'm quite familiar with the inside of vans. I've been in 1 or 2 over the years, and as you'll know from my other reviews, I'm a big fan of them. But I can honestly say I have never been in a van that feels as luxurious as this. It's absolutely amazing. You'd be terrified to eat your bacon sarnies in here. The elegant sweeping dashboard and all these beautifully finished dials and switches are just like you'll find in every high quality Mercedes car. But add on to that a massive dose of practicality. You've got great storage compartments in the door. This enormous storage compartment down here with all the power points and USB points that you'd need. And look at this for a glove box. It's a proper glove box, isn't it? Enormous. And there's no shortage of equipment in either of the 2 trim levels. Now this is the top of the range sport model, but to call the SE trim an entry level model really does it a disservice, given its standard Garmin sat-nav, its leather seats and self-parking system. And take a deep breath for the rest of the list. It includes electrically folding and dimming door mirrors, alloy wheels, roof rails, an electrically opening tailgate, tinted windows, electric sliding doors, heated front seats and an audio system with Bluetooth and iPhone connectivity. Phew! You know, for an extra £2,500 you can upgrade to this rather luxurious sport model, but the basic model is so well equipped it's hard to see why you'd need to spend that extra money. You know, Mercedes have got a long history of building excellent vans and an even longer history of building rather upmarket cars, and the 2 worlds completely collide in here. It really does feel a very special place to be, whether you're sitting here at the front or here in the back. Now the seats back here are comfortable and really supportive. They're also nice and wide, and 4 of them have got ISOFIX points, so getting child seats in and out of here is going to be easy. Actually, getting in and out is generally easy because the seats all slide back and forward on a rail system, as does this very clever thing that I really like. The table. Simply pull it forward, lift up the sides, press the button in the centre, and voila, it goes up. It's such a brilliant practical thing to have. In terms of practicality, there's also lots of storage. It's in both of the doors, down here and also down here at the bottom. There are also cup holders and 12-volt power points. You know, this is a really practical family car. But if you're not carrying the family, then adults will be just as comfortable back here because it's spacious with loads of headroom.
Unlike some MPVs, and I'm thinking the Ford Galaxy or the Citroën Grand C4 Picasso here, you don't have to trade space for people for luggage space. The standard V-Class has a boot twice the size of a Galaxy, and it's wide and tall with no lip to lift luggage over.
It's also powered on all the models in the range, which makes it easy for someone small like me to close it. And if you don't have enough storage space in that vast area at the back, there's also some storage underneath the seats, which is great for smaller items. On the move, the V-Class is actually not bad. Okay, you're obviously aware of its roots, and that does bring compromises, but not as many as you may think. The rear suspension has a tendency to crash over bumps on the road a bit, but with some passengers in the back, that smooths out the worst of them. Visibility is of course excellent thanks to this amazingly high seating position and the vast expanse of glass out there at the front in the windscreen, together with those enormous door mirrors. And all the engines in the range offer the kind of power that you absolutely need in a beast this size. But I'm afraid that that power comes at a price. A rather relentless diesel rumble every time you do this. Put your foot to the floor. If you gently coax the power out, things aren't quite so bad, but it is still pretty noisy. And if you do find yourself on a particularly bumpy stretch of road, then you will be accompanied by a fair bit of shake, rattle and roll, and it won't be coming from the sound system.
It's also worth remembering that the V-Class may well have plenty of equipment, but Mercedes does charge rather a lot for it.
You do have to remind yourself every now and again of this thing's size, because it is actually quite easy to forget when you're behind the wheel, apart from, of course, when you're trying to park it, and then you'll be very grateful if you've decided to go for the 360-degree parking camera. And that is my main issue with the V-Class. It is without doubt the plushest, most luxurious, most glamorous van I've ever driven, but it's also the most expensive. It may well be big, but it comes with a price tag to match.
If you're after plenty of practicality but in a more affordable package, then take a look at the Ford Galaxy. Or for something with space and off-road capability, why not try the Mercedes GLS class?